Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitsky. We begin with the latest on the coronavirus pandemic in Kern County and a spike in reported cases. Kern Public Health added 309 new cases today, but no new deaths. Our death toll stands at 437 since March. Public health officials now saying more than 37,000 people have been infected with the virus. 79 people are currently in the hospital. And after an increase in COVID-19 cases and a drop back to the purple tier, county officials are stressing the importance of everyone getting tested ahead of Thanksgiving. 17's Taylor Schaub is outside this afternoon at the corner of 22nd and L Streets in downtown Bakersfield. Taylor, tell us more.
Well, good morning, Nicole. I've been out here for all of our testing sites. I don't think I've ever seen it busier than lunchtime right now. The parking lot is completely full of people coming out to get a COVID-19 test. We are officially 1 week away from Thanksgiving, and Kern Public Health is saying it's vitally important that you come out and get tested so they can get an accurate picture of how the virus is affecting our county and spreading throughout our county right now. And joining me right now is Jay Tamsey with the Kern County COVID-19 Latino Task Force. Jay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Can you talk about the importance of people coming out and getting tested ahead of Thanksgiving?
Yes, so it's really important that you come out and get tested today here at KGET and Telemundo. We want to keep that positivity rate lower. If you're asymptomatic and you're not feeling any symptoms, come on down and get a test as well. It's really important that we make sure that we trace anybody that has COVID and that we keep these symptoms down and we keep the COVID testing a positivity rate lower. So it's really important, and we're very thankful to be here once again at KGET and Telemundo. I know this is our last federal one. There's so many people. They've done over 200 tests.
Yeah, so many people out here today. We want to stress, of course, too, that they are not giving out gift cards today, but it's just so important to come out and get tested. Just real briefly, another vital thing to come out and get tested is to help us hopefully get back to red. Just real quick, can you talk about how getting tested can actually help reopen the economy?
Well, if you get tested, and we have 35 CTs in Kern County. And so we are hitting those CTs, and we're making sure that mobile units are going into those CTs. So it's important that we get those test positivity rates lower so that we can go into the next tier. And the more COVID testing that we get and that we have will allow us to move into the next tier.
All right, Jay, thank you so much. Nicole, back to you.
All right, thanks for that, Taylor. And tomorrow you can get a free test at the Kern County Fairgrounds on P Street. It's happening from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Again, you can find a testing site, schedule an appointment, and check your results at doineedacovid19test.com. And a local nursing home has been slapped with a near $100,000 fine related to coronavirus workplace failures. Now, Kingston Healthcare Center has become notorious for its handling of the novel virus. 17 News first broke the news about dozens of patients and staff testing positive for the virus in early May. State health officials from the Occupational Safety and Health Administration recently inspected the facility and found 8 violations, 4 of which are considered serious. The fines total more than $93,000. One citation says 4 employees had to go to the hospital for coronavirus. According to the state public health department, 175 residents and staff at Kingston tested positive for COVID-19. 19 residents have died, the highest number of coronavirus deaths at a nursing home in our county. Meantime, Cal OSHA regulators are expected to make a decision today on whether to adopt new, stronger rules to crack down on businesses not complying with coronavirus safety measures. If approved, Cal OSHA says the new rules would allow it to move more quickly to enforce pandemic safety protocols, including employees maintaining physical distance. The organization's standards board is set to make an announcement regarding the new measures later today. And this is a local cafe. This comes after a local cafe says it will not comply with the governor's order to eliminate indoor dining. Maggie's Sunrise Cafe took to Instagram yesterday to announce they will continue indoor and outdoor dining at both of their locations. Under current restrictions, restaurants are allowed to operate outdoors, but the cafe says it will also allow people inside, despite the move back to the purple tier. County officials have not made it clear exactly how they plan to enforce those regulations. Meantime, the Bakersfield Museum of Art is closing back down in the wake of the move back to the purple tier. The museum, which had recently reopened in limited capacity with strict coronavirus precautions, is going to shut their doors once again. They did that yesterday. The museum says even though they won't be there in person, they're continuing to stay committed to the art community and encourage art enthusiasts to stay involved through their YouTube page and other virtual programs. Your 17 Crime Watch, police are investigating a shooting that leaves 2 men dead and a suspect on the run. It happened just before 6 last night at the Fast Trip at the intersection of Niles Street and Fairfax Road in East Bakersfield. The sheriff's office says when they arrived, they found 2 men with gunshot wounds inside a car, that vehicle riddled with bullet holes. One victim was pronounced dead at the scene, and the other was on the way to the hospital when he died. Deputies did not find a gun on the scene, but say witnesses reported a man shooting into the vehicle before getting into another vehicle and taking off. The identities of the victims have not yet been released, and officials have not released any more information on the shooter. KCSO is asking anyone with information to call them at 861-3110 or use that secret witness hotline at 322-4040. And these shootings mark a grave milestone for Kern County, bringing our homicide total to 114, making this the deadliest year in Kern County. And the previous record was set in 2018 with 112 homicides. Since 2000, more than 1,000 local people have become the victims of deadly assaults. On average, someone is killed nearly every 4 days in Kern County. And new at noon, the Kern County Sheriff's Office Board says an officer was within department policy in the fatal shooting of a man back on October 3rd. The Sheriff's Office says Deputy Jason Ayala is back on duty after they reviewed the fatal shooting of Mikael Lewis. KCSO says Lewis charged at the deputy with his hand in his waistband during a traffic stop. According to KCSO, Ayala knew Lewis was on probation and could be in possession of a weapon at the time of the shooting. A handgun was recovered near Lewis's vehicle after the incident. After reviewing the footage, the Sheriff's Office has submitted it to the Kern County back to the board for further review. And we've learned more information about the man killed in a crash last week north of Bakersfield. This happened November 13th on Highway 65 at Merced Avenue. That's east of Shafter. The California Highway Patrol says 66-year-old Clarence Cabot Cannon was riding a motorcycle northbound on the highway when he tried to pass a vehicle and slammed into the semi-truck head-on. Cannon was pronounced dead at the scene.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.